Do we need friends in our 50s? That's what I thought we'd talk about today. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So when we're at school, we always want to have lots of friends, don't we? We like to have a big group around us and feel included. And then we get to our teenagers and our 20s and we want to be popular. We want to be the ones that are asked to go out in groups all the time and always be hanging out with friends and, you know, be very popular with people. We like to have lots of followers on Facebook and lots of friends on Facebook. You know, subscribers on YouTube. You know, all these things are so important to us when we're younger. But what about when we get to our 50s? Are friends so important? I think when you get to your 50s, I mean, everybody needs friends, don't they? But you have different types of friends. They're more your friends rather than your acquaintances. You know, when I was in my 20s, you know, I did have lots of, well, I called friends at the time, but when I look back at those groups, perhaps I was friends with one or two of them and the rest of them I knew to say hello to or go for a drink with, but they weren't really my friends in the fact that I would sit down and talk about my personal life with or what's going on. You know, I wouldn't have those deep and meaningful conversations with them. There would probably just be one or two people. And if you look back in your life, is that the same with you? I mean, did you have 100 friends that you would sit down and talk about everything with and what's going on in your life? Or was it just one or two? For me, it was actually only one or two. And although I had lots of friends, good friends that you could rely on, not so much. And now in my 50s, you know, I'm not so bothered about being part of this big group and, you know, so I can say, oh, I'm very popular, I have lots of friends. I really don't care. I just have a couple of friends that I can genuinely talk to and that I feel very close to, that I feel I can rely on and that I'm happy for them to rely on me. And I have one friend, I mean, I have friends from my childhood, but, you know, mainly I just talk to them through Facebook. So although they're my friends from childhood, I'm not that particularly close to them now. But I do have one friend that we met when I went to university, and she's been my best friend ever since. Even though we don't see each other for years sometimes, it doesn't matter, because if we message each other or we do see each other, it's like we've never been apart. That's what I feel is like a true friend. I mean, I absolutely love her, like she's family, and I think she feels the same about me. And she'll always be my best friend wherever we are in the world. She just is. And in today, the people around me, I would say probably two really good friends that I talk to about everything. You know, one in particular at the moment, I tell her everything. You know, they've been incredibly supportive of me in moving my house, with my businesses, with my personal life. I can tell them anything, and I know that they're not going to betray my trust or anything, or, you know, they're just there for me. And I don't need more than that. I don't need 20 people to do that for me. I just need that one friend that has a shoulder I can lean on when I need to. And I think that's what you learn in your 50s, is it's better to have one or two really solid friends in your life than to have lots of superficial friendships. You know, I've got friends on Facebook, but they're not friends. They're not really friends. They're just social media friends. It's not the same. You're not going to message someone on Facebook and tell them you're having a bad day. Oh, I know some people do this on Facebook, don't they? They write everything on there. It's just, I don't really understand that. I don't really use Facebook that much. I just post my holiday snaps and my trip pictures mainly, and things about my businesses, but other than that, I don't tell you what I ate for breakfast or anything like that. Who cares? And then how do we make new friends in our 50s? Is it possible to make new friends? Well, yes, it is. And I mean, I've done that. When I first moved to this area, I mean, I was lucky because I had my business here already, so I knew people, and I knew people from my gym, and so I could go out with them. And I have people that I view as good friends that I would talk to and meet up with, and I'd be generally concerned about and like that. But in the main, it's again, they're customers, aren't they? It's not the same thing. And it's really weird actually, because we used to have like a big group of girls from the gym, and we'd all say we were really good friends, and we would go out quite a lot. So once a month we'd have like girls' night out. But when they left the gym, they just stopped talking to me as a friend, and we didn't go out together anymore. And I thought that was very sad, but also quite hurtful, because I thought they were my friends, but obviously they weren't, because as soon as their gym membership ended, apparently the friendship ended. So that did teach me that really need to see the difference between a customer and a true friend. So I had that, but also when I moved here, I did go to a lot of meetup groups and really just to be social and make friends. But I have like a couple of really good friends in this area now. Actually, I've met them through the gym, but it has become long-term, extended friendships. We do things together outside of the gym. I can rely on them, and that's it. That's enough. But I am quite a sociable person, and so I will go out and I make friends, and and it's nice to meet new people. But at the end of the day, I don't need lots of superficial relationships. And I now know the difference, really, that there's people I go out with just to socialise. And then there's people that are my very, very good friends. So do you need friends in your 50s? I think everybody needs somebody in their life that you can lean on, whether that, and if you've got a partner, that's great, because you've got your good friend, haven't you? But if you're solo like me, it's nice to have just one or two people that you can call up, and you won't think that things are bad, and they're just going to listen to you, give you that support that you need. But do I need 100 friends that I couldn't rely on? I think, no, it's nice to go out with you and have a chit chat and a drink, but I'm not going to discuss my life story with you. I'm just not. And that's what I've learned is I need one or two good friends in my life, but I don't need hundreds. But what about you? What do you think? And does it make a difference if you're on your own or with a partner? Do you think we need friends in our 50s? Do you think things have changed? I'm interested to hear what other people think. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you all soon. Ciao.